Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave. Now, as you know, last night I decided not to do a Monday Night Raw review, mainly because I was exhausted, but another big part of the reason was it was 4th of July. I knew the ratings were going to be down, and more than likely WWE was going to do something hokey and just awful. And it turned out to be that was the right decision. Now, the main reason why I made the decision, and if you follow me on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV, you already know this, because when they released that a giant food fight broke out at the WWE 4th of July party, I knew that I should tap out. Now, I understand some people might be mad that I didn't do the review last night, and that's completely fine, but you got to understand something. I'm here in Germany, and it's an all-night investment to do that. And based off what I knew was coming, what I felt was coming, I decided, nah, son. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he says you can't just go in there and do all kinds of jackassery. So, yeah, I wasn't going to settle for the jackassery. I decided I'd watch it today and then make my opinions. And as I started watching the show and watching everything that was going on, I knew what to make a video on. I knew it. It was the 4th of July food fight, because it was all encompassing of what is good and bad with the WWE product right now. Everything that is right and wrong with the WWE product. Look, before I get into the bads and want to hate fuck this Monday Night Raw, and I do want to hate fuck it because it was really bad, and they should never put on a show like that, even on nights like 4th of July. They should never, ever greenlight that show. I am giving a lot of passes mainly because I am going to kind of have a clean slate come July 19th. Once the brand split happens, once SmackDown goes live and all that, I'm going into it with an open mind, a clean slate, and probably a wide open asshole because I'm probably going to get fucked. But that's my mindset. So I'm giving these Raws kind of a pass, mainly also because I feel like the pay-per-view work has been really good, and we've gotten good payoffs and good surprises and good wrestling more than anything else. So I say again, a little bit of a pass, but it does not excuse the bullshit that we got with Monday Night Raw. Now, all that being said, you knew within the first 5 minutes of what you saw during that food fight of what you would see throughout the rest of the show. Faces and heels working together just like they did in the main event. All kinds of weird, gimmicky, funny stuff that happened. Look, when the food fight was funny, it was really funny. I mean, there were some funny moments. Cesaro and Apollo Crews arm wrestling throughout the entire thing. Kevin Owens eating chips underneath the table. The ending segment when he starts screaming and then tastes a little bit of his pie like a fat kid and then screams some more. It was hilarious. Sami Zayn declaring to all that somebody contaminated the beans. Do not eat the beans. They're contaminated. Look, I thought there was a lot of funny to it. But for all the good, there was also a lot of bad. Having to sit through anything with the Golden Truth at the beginning is just repugnantly bad. Aiden English needs to be done and off my television. Never let this guy sing again, and stop saying that he was a Broadway star. Please, I'm begging you. Even if it is true, oh my God, Broadway is not fucking saying, yeah, he was one of ours. No, he's bad. He's really bad. So there was a lot of bad in that segment, but what they got right and what they got funny, they really did. There was some funny stuff in that. And it just, I can't think that the wrestlers, both new and old, who were in that segment are walking away going, well, fuck this company, because it looked like they genuinely had fun. The problem is that the company, the product, everything is in a state of flux right now. We just don't know where things are going. with SmackDown. I think they're banking very heavily on that. But all of that being said, and this is the most important thing about everything that I'm going to say, it's not acceptable to put out this type of product under any circumstances. And I hope that they read what Twitter had to say. I hope they read reviews, they listen to reviews, and they listen to fans on this specific thing. Because you cannot put out this type of product and expect people to swallow it and want to come back. Because that's what you are doing. Every week you are trying to give your audience a reason to come back. Kids are going to inherently always come back because it's a really cool thing to do. But your hardcores, the people who have been with you for 30 years like me, I need reasons. I do a fucking podcast, man. I do a channel based around wrestling. And let's face it, based around your product. I base my channel around the WWE. Yeah, I bring up some other things in wrestling, but very rarely and sparingly. Because I still feel that as far as overall balance, nobody does it better than WWE. But this shit, this stuff right here, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's not fair to your fucking audience, man. I don't even think it's fair to your sponsorship. And it doesn't do your network any favors either. You cannot put out a product that just shows absolutely no aim, angle, or care. It was just kind of was. I think maybe somebody read all the stuff about how it was going to be the worst viewed Raw in history, and they were like, well, might as well just phone it in. Fuck it. That should never happen. And whoever allowed it to happen probably should have their job taken away. I'm just being honest here. Because it's frustrating. Now, on the opposite side of that, as I just caveated, I'm going to caveat again. Because the hate fucking is over. I feel a little bit better. Catharsis has set in. Now, the understanding. Things are changing. Things are moving forward. We don't know what the product's going to be like after July 19th, and quite frankly, I'm not sure they do either. The Cruiserweight Classic getting ready to start, all of these things that are happening. Writing's on the wall for change. We'll see where it goes from there. Thank you guys very much for joining me. That's all I got. I don't have anything else. Like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you check out Tommy C over at Shot from the Point. He'll be doing Shot from the Point Dead tonight live. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's about all I have. Thank you very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. We will see you next time. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Keep it copious, folks. And we'll be back a little bit later on to make up for my live show fuck off. All right? And we'll do something a little bit later on. Thank you. Keep it copious. Peace.